Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Wednesday. Happy August 27th. It's about 9:30 in the morning. Been working for the last couple hours since about 7 out here. Today's going to be an interesting day. So I'm going to be metal conditioning the bed sides, a bunch of door parts, a bunch of dash parts, just a bunch of stuff. Prepping it for primer, hopefully tomorrow. Big Ron's got some stuff going on today, so it probably won't be today, but I could see us priming tomorrow before lunchtime. So that could be interesting, and if we do, I'll definitely bring all that to you. But check this out. I kind of got everything set up. We're under the big top. Trying to just save myself a little bit. But what we got here, I got a table here with all kinds of miscellaneous parts, and then I got a bedside over here. Okay, that's the driver's side bedside. So what I need to do is I need to do a little more cleaning on a couple parts. I need to get into here a little better. I need to clean this up a little better on that one. This one's okay. I need to scuff up the inside of the ashtray and this backing plate, which we're not going to use anyway, but we're going to take care of it so it doesn't rot away. Glove box door, we got to clean that up a little bit. Not a huge deal, but just something we got to do. And then you got the back side of the garnish molding for the door, which you guys know what that is. Goes right around the window. So these are some of the singular parts that need to get taken care of and primed. Then we get into the bed, which is going to be this bed side, which this one's ready. That bed side's ready for metal conditioning. And then this beam here and these three here. Now I need to probably scuff up a little better on the inside up in here before I do this. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. So all four of these, both bed sides, all these parts, getting them ready for primer. I'm not going after the door yet. The door will probably get primed next round, mainly because I'm struggling. Turn the lights on here. I'm struggling to, these bolts just want to strip out. So I got one, this one wants to come out, these two, no way. These will come out, but these, no. So long story short, I got some real work to do here to get this door disassembled. So we're holding off on that. But for those of you that, well, I guess I didn't do a video yesterday, did I? So check this out. So Big Ron been working on the inside here. This is looking pretty darn good across there. He's been working up there. That's probably the second skim up there. Also, same thing here. Been hitting this door jamb down in here, getting it all cleaned up. And then up here, he skimmed it, but we haven't sanded it yet. So really, the interior of the cab is probably 60% bodywork at this point. That's huge. So maybe even 70%. We're quite a ways there. So really what we need to do, what Ron's next thing will be sand down everywhere where he skimmed. Get that sanded down, and then we're gonna get in here and keep going on this door jamb. Try to dial this door jamb in a little bit better. I ordered another quart of all metal. I think he threw the other ones away. I would have showed it to you. But so that we can get into these areas and up in here and so on. But we're not far from doing heavy priming on the inside of this cab and the door jambs and the back of the cab. So that's exciting. And honestly, the roof too. The roof just needs to be sanded down and then heavy primed so we can start blocking it. There's no dents in the roof. There's no rust in the roof. I had we epoxy primed it with the Eastwood primer epoxy months ago. I mean, it might have been close to 8 months ago.
but it's in really good shape. I took it down with the Bauer, we metal conditioned it, did all the things. So cab is actually getting a lot closer, so very exciting. But if tomorrow we can manage to go ahead and get all these parts primed, man, we can start putting things together. We can put the dash back together, get all these on. This will be primed and ready to go back on the door. The bed sides and all the bed parts, we can build a box, right? We can actually build the box on the back of the truck. We're missing the back panel and a tailgate, but those are something we can always just go pick up at any point up at National Parts Depot in Ocala. So, you know, I'm not worried about a tailgate per se, but I do want to have the back panel that goes here, right there, that connects the two bed sides. And I want the cross braces so that it is what it is. It's not all wobbly jaw and, you know, wanting to move around. So that's coming here soon too. So a lot of this monotonous, dirty, nasty, shitty work that I've been doing and you've been watching me do is really to get to this big goal of being able to take the bed and build it on the back of the truck and kind of see where we're at, right? Now, we do have some problems on the bed that we know of, like, you know, like that. We have holes, but what I think we're gonna do is make a pattern here, come up, cut a lot of this out. I think we're gonna stay out of the ribs. Even though we can make the ribs, it would be very hard to reproduce the ribs exactly. So I think we're gonna stay out of the ribs, but, you know, come across kind of thing. And that's my take on it. Ron could change that in 5 seconds, but that's what I think we're gonna do. Cut all this out, make one big piece, put it in, weld it in, and make it fit perfectly. That way it's not overlapping anywhere, none of that. It actually just fits in, boom, flush, tack it in, weld it all up, grind it down, all metal it, Bob's your uncle. That's done. Same thing here. We'll probably cut this little section out here, maybe even up into this, but we'll clean this up and do our thing, pre-drill our holes and all that, and make sure that we can get, you know, the fender back on, because this is the actual fender. That's where the fender goes, so it tells you how big the damn fender is, really. But that's what we're doing. So we got some work to do. We also need to recreate these, right? These are the ones that came off, and those are the brackets that went here on the other side. But you see all the spot welds I drilled out, all the holes? It mounts on the back side here, and the bed, the actual wood slats and stuff sit on top of that. So on both sides, and that kind of holds everything, it builds your structure. So ours are rough. Obviously we're not going to use that, but this one's not too terrible, but we'll make new ones and get those welded on there as well. And that way we are pretty close to where we need to be. So soon what you'll end up seeing here, what I'm getting at is, you will see this cab heavy primed with a bed on the back. And then I'll get into the rear fenders. And we'll start messing with the rear fenders. Well, the one rear fender, the passenger side, see if we can't, if that's fixable, if it's even worth it. But we'll really dive into that. And if it is a fixable thing, we'll do it. If not, then, you know, God only knows what we'll do in the future. But we can always go pick up 2 new rear fenders at National Parts Depot in Ocala any day of the week. So I can have them here in 2.5 hours, start to finish, and we can bolt them right on, and they're pretty much perfect, other than, you know, blocking and sanding kind of thing. So, you know, that's really nice. That's really a perk. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop talking. I need to start working before it gets hot. You see what I'm going to be doing. I'll set up the camera and stuff. You guys can watch me prep all this stuff. And then when I go to do the actual metal conditioning, we'll go step by step, and I'll show you what I'm doing and why and what we're using. And we'll do that whole thing. So stay tuned. This is what you're going to get today, guys. A whole lot of prepping for primer. But tomorrow we'll be priming, and that'll be fun. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so you guys saw before we kind of got everything laid out here a little bit. Starting to anyway. I went ahead and took the right angle and cleaned up. You guys watched me do that. Cleaned up some of these parts, just knocked off the heavy surface rust and just got them to a point where we can do something with them. Now, everything on this table has been cleaned up. It has been wiped down with wax and grease remover and is ready for Eastwood Fast Etch. I have not done the bedside yet. I'm kind of starting here with the little parts, kind of get my bearings on this. Now, this is what we're using, Eastwood Fast Etch. Now we have it in a spray bottle, right here, Fast Etch, and a chemical sprayer. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, from what I understand of this, you spray it on, you take a paintbrush, and you basically just got to get it wet. You got to keep it wet for 30 minutes, okay? Just keep it from drying. That's why I don't have the fans on and all that out here. But we got a really good day to do this, so not too bad. I'm in the shade, should be all right. So I'm going to start with these, all these parts on this side. Actually, I'm probably going to flip them over. I'll start on the back side of them, like right there, and then get that Fast Etch on there. Same thing here. We'll do that, that. So then we're ready to just get all this wet, keep it wet for 30 minutes. We'll set a timer, and then you let it dry. And the idea is to try to not let it puddle up or do anything like that. You just want to keep it damp and let it eat and do its thing for 30 minutes. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to set you guys up here on the tripod. You guys can watch. And this is one of those deals where you wear chemical gloves, not these, but the rubber, like you're going to clean your kitchen kind of thing. You wear a mask and you wear face protection and everything else, because this is an acid-based product. It will tear you up, so definitely not something you want on your skin or your eyes or anything else. So if you're going to use this, please be careful. Just wanted to give you that. But that's what I'm going to do, so I'm going to stop talking and start doing this. But you guys will be able to watch this whole process, and I will talk to the camera here at first and explain to you what I mean, just keeping it wet. And then once 30 minutes comes, we'll flip these over. Once they're dry, we'll flip them over and we'll do the other side. And then all these parts are ready for primer. And then we'll come over here and we'll wipe this down with wax and grease remover or acetone, one or the other, whichever one I have. And about out of wax and grease. And this side of it, actually we'll wipe down both sides, and then same thing. Eastwood Fast Etch each side. And just try to keep it out of the sun, try to keep it damp, and then this bedside will be ready for primer. So that's what we're doing, and once these parts are all done, then we'll move to the next batch, which will be the passenger side, bedside, and all of these braces here. We may have to do a little work on the braces on the bottom, but we should be pretty good, and that's what we're gonna do. So stay tuned, guys. Lots of interesting things happening here, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, here we go on our next step of this, okay? So what we're going to be doing is using Eastwood Fast Etch here, okay? Get to where you can actually see me. Eastwood Fast Etch, and then I'm going to spray it on, and then I'm going to go over any puddle spots or whatever with a brush, a chip brush, and just keep it wet and keep it smooth, okay? I'm going to do the back side of all these parts on this table: door cards, glove box door, ashtray, the block-up plate on the dash, and the garnish molding on the passenger door. I'm going to go over all of that. The idea is to keep this wet but not dripping wet for 30 minutes, and then to let it dry completely, okay? And then flip them over, and then do the same to the other side. That's the plan, that's the goal. So that's what you're going to see here, guys. 30 minutes has come and gone. These look pretty good. They're drying. Now the idea is to let this dry. So while this is drying, all these parts, you can kind of see, it gives it this grayish tint to it, this coating. You can see it here too. But really, it's good stuff. So the idea here is let this dry for a minute. While that's drying, I'm going to pivot over here and I'm going to go ahead and wipe down this bedside with wax and grease remover or acetone, whatever I have, and then on both sides, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start the fast etch on this panel and let that start to cook on this side here, and we'll just keep it wet like we did these. And while that's drying, or while that's doing its 30 minutes, we'll flip these over and we'll do our 30 minutes here. So we start actually knocking some things down and actually make a little bit of time here. So far so good. I'm going to let this dry, jump over here and wipe this down. I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, so here's where we're at. These parts are drying. They're looking really good. I need to flip them over here in probably 30 minutes and do the other side. This driver's side bedside, I went ahead and wiped it all down with acetone, and then I brushed on the sprayed and brushed on the Eastwood fast edge onto this side here. So you see it looks wet, right? That's all you want. Now here in about 10 minutes, I'll come back over this, spray it again lightly, brush it again, and that should get us through our 30 minutes. And then we'll let this dry, and when that's done, we'll come right back over here, take care of this other side of these parts. We'll flip these over and do these parts, and then when that 30 minutes is over, we'll come right back over here. This should be dry. Flip this bedside over and do the other side. So that's the plan. Just takes a lot of time. It's easy to do. It's really not a hard process. It doesn't take long. It's just the drying time and the curing time on it. So just gotta be patient and work through it. So it's not a sexy day, but tomorrow will be. Tomorrow will be awesome. We'll get all this stuff primed and it'll look great and it won't rust and it'll be, you know, what it needs to be. So really happy. Now I did spray all the way down in these stake pockets with this stuff, and as much of this as I could get, just to get it on there, because quite frankly that's what we need to do. You know, if there's any rust, it's down in there. So that'll neutralize it, and or at least do a decent job of starting to neutralize it, and as we go here. So stay tuned guys. I'm going to check on these parts here and see if I can't get them flipped over in a minute.
Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so it is right about 8 o'clock at night. We're still working. We're pretty much done. We're just waiting on things to dry at this point. But yeah, let me show you where we got. I think you guys will like it. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. Tomorrow we're priming, tomorrow morning. Lots of parts, so that'll be really fun. I'll bring all that to you guys as well, so look out for that. So that'll be kind of fun.
So here's where we're at. We've got the passenger side bedside. Just got done. You can see it looks wet still because it is wet with the Eastwood fast edge. Now we're just waiting on this to dry. That whole process is done on both sides. This bedside back here is done. That's the driver's side. So it's ready to go. These are the cross braces for the bed. This is the back cross brace, the two middles, and then, yeah, this is the front one where the steps go. I think one of them. We'll figure it out. But yeah, these are the cross braces for the bed. So these get primed tomorrow. And then we also got, a lot's happened. All these parts on this rack here are ready. So you got the garnish molding for the passenger door that goes up around there. We've got the door cards. Got the block off plate for the dash that goes right there. Got the glove box door, the other door card, and the ashtray, cigarette ashtray for the dash. So all these parts will be epoxy primed both sides tomorrow, and we will get that done first thing in the morning. So that's going to be step one, which is why we're still out here at 8 o'clock at night. But some big things also happened today. We've had issues with our balls powered trunk lift on the 40 Ford, and we thought it was bad. We thought the motor was bad, and what we found out is it's not bad. It works good. So somewhere in the wiring or the switch is bad, one or the other. So tomorrow, while we're waiting on the parts to dry, because the truck will be out here when we go to prime, we'll track that down and figure that out tomorrow as well. So we'll get that working again, which is a huge weight off our shoulders, because we really thought it was bad. We'd have to buy another one and do all kinds of shit, which we don't. So that's good. So happy with that. We are waiting on Amazon, which honestly, that car down there with the hazards on might be Amazon. They're bringing us another quarter all metal, so we can keep going on the door jambs and stuff on this truck here. So when that gets here, that'll be a big step in the right direction. We'll actually have the products we need to move forward with the auto body here. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. We're just kind of wrapping this one up, guys. I think if you guys were just watching our live, we appreciate it. That was kind of fun. I'm trying to do more lives, both here and on TikTok. Seem to get a lot of attention. People seem to really like it, so doing that. But for now, I think I'm going to set these racks in the garage, let them just dry overnight, and I think we're gonna leave the thing here, and we'll move the big top over real quick, and yeah. And then I still got to drive to Safety Harbor and pick up my wife at 11, so that's all kinds of stuff to do. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. Check out tonight's video. It'll be this one. Check out tomorrow's video. What I meant to say. It'll be all about priming all the parts. I'll bring the whole thing to you, as well as probably some body work on the cab, and then everything we talked about here on the 40. So lots of things happening, guys. And once we get these primed and they dry, we can start building a box on the back of this, which is exciting. So lots and lots to do, lots of work, lots of fun things. We start putting the dash back together, glove box and all that back in, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the morning.